we can't wrap up season 2 of The Mandalorian without talking about the Book of Boba Fett. I understand why they didn't announce it right away. I wish they would have announced it and revealed it. But this morning on Good Morning America, I think it was Good Morning America, Favreau officially confirmed Boba Fett is going to be its own thing. There was confirmation already floating around on the internet. Someone associated, like not like a representative of Lucasfilm, but someone who works for Lucasfilm had already said, like, Boba Fett's not season 3. Like, this was always kind of my issue with inserting Boba Fett into this story, was there's a lot of really hardcore Boba Fett fans out there. I love Boba Fett, but he doesn't move the needle for me personally. I think he's dope. He's really cool. We saw him do more badass shit in The Mandalorian than we ever did in any of the movies. From what I gathered, Boba Fett's show is already in production. Mandalorian season 3 is in pre-production. So the Book of Boba Fett will come out first, which I'm happy with. Get the Boba Fett, like if it's like a single standalone short series, get that put out. Get the Boba Fett story done so we can move on with Din. I love Boba Fett. I think he's really cool. I do think there's a difference between liking someone and thinking, like, you can still like someone who's overrated. I just think he was overrated. That's not I think he sucks statement. You can think someone's overrated and still like them. I just never fully, outside of like him looking dope, I never understood why people thought he was like the greatest thing ever. And obviously the mystery behind him, his ability to track Han, capture Han, no disintegration line is one of the coolest things ever. He's just a bounty hunter. He was just a side character on a bigger story. I was always content with his death. Like, even though it was like kind of a weak way to go out, I was always content that he didn't make it out of the Sarlacc pit. But again, like I've said, now that he's out and he's kicking ass, I'm all for it. I want to see where it goes. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. And that end credit scene was pretty dope. I was wrong about Boba's fate in the show. I thought for sure he was going to get like a heroic, massive send-off death. And then the spin-off was going to come. But instead, he bounced, came back, and then went on to Tatooine to go take over Jabba's palace. Which, that's kind of dope. Showing up there like Luke. Just killing folks. People falling down the stairs. That's such just an epic scene. Taking over the throne of Jabba the Hutt. I'm curious to know what the world looks like on Tatooine in that moment. I couldn't imagine there's that much going on. But if we're getting like an underworld crime style show, that sounds cool as hell. I'll watch that. Hell yeah. That was always kind of the rumors about the Boba Fett spin-off show when all this started. Was that it wasn't necessarily going to be like 100% focused on Boba Fett, but it was going to be more like an underworld crime type of thing, which that would be super cool. I think that'd be really interesting. Life of a bounty hunter. And of course, I would imagine we'll get flashbacks to how he survived and exactly what went down. It's also a way for Cobb to show up, yeah, because he is on Tatooine as well. We all love the Marshal. I just always assumed the Boba Fett show would be a prequel type thing taking place, him climbing out, like that'd be the story. But I would imagine it's going to be a current time filled with flashbacks about how he survived and what he was doing. They kind of explained how he potentially could have saved the Sarlacc pit or survived from the Sarlacc pit in the episode. But yeah, I fully think we're going to get... I think it's one of those things that we have to visually see. How did Boba live? How did he survive? How did he get out of the pit? Because he doesn't have the most advanced of Mandalorian armor. He doesn't have like an outfit like Din's got, where he's Beskar head to toe. Boba's armor was a lot weaker looking. Outside of the helmet is one thing, but like the rest of his suit looked pretty beat up. So it'd be interesting to see. And whether it's a 1 season thing, a 2 episode, 3 episode, 6 episode, 8 episode, whatever they decide to do, I'm excited to see it. And hopefully we could get closure on Boba Fett. We could wrap up his story and move on. And he gets what he officially deserves and what Boba Fett fans have been wanting for. Just like we got with Luke in this show. I feel like fans are going to be able to get what they've wanted out of Boba Fett from his spinoff. I think it's going to be really good.